Hello friends, welcome to tutorial Rage, and in this video I'm going to show you how to do CRUD operation using MERN Stack. In the front end we will be using React.js, and in the back end we will use Node Express MongoDB server. So guys, step by step I will show you how to create server and also REST API, and then I will show you how to create React.js project. So let's see step by step. So guys, I'm going to create one folder here in my computer. Says the folder name will be MERN, okay, and then here I will create one called server, and inside this folder we will keep our Nodejs server, okay, and here we will install React.js project. So now let's open cmd and run as administrator. Then this is my D drive, right? Okay, so finally I'm inside this folder. First I will create backend, okay, so cd then server. Now npm init, so project name will be category. Let's other things as it is, and then yes. So doing this it will create package.json file. Now let's open this into Visual Studio Code. Open folder, and then here inside this let's create one file. And yes, before that we will install here npm install express mongoose course, okay, for installing ExPressJs and mongoose for and course. These three libraries we will install here. And then npm install nodemon, and now click on package.json, and here we will name it as app.js, and start nodemon, and then app.js. That's it. That means what? This will be our entry point. And now let's create one file called app.js. Inside this const express equals to required express. Guys, I'm not writing the code line to line, rather I will take it from somewhere, but I will explain that how that works. So as you know, this ExPressJs we will be using for our routing purpose, and similarly two more things we will have to require, that means call here, include here, and that one is mongoose and then calls. This mongoose will be used to store our data into our local MongoDB database, and this course will be to giving permission to our front-end application like React.js. This Express, as I already mentioned, that this will be used for creating routing. Now const app equals to Express. So we will create an instance of this Express, and port we can provide here port number which we will use later. So const this port number, and then app dot use here express dot JSON. This will be used to send the data and receive the data from routing as JSON format, and then this one is for course. Now connect MongoDB. Okay, we will connect here MongoDB. So we will write mongoose dot connect, and then here will be the connection URL. So let's open here our MongoDB compass, and then let's copy this URL. So in case you don't know how to install this MongoDB, then in the same playlist I have video where I have shown how you can install this MongoDB. So guys, if you have not installed into your computer this MongoDB, then follow that video and then get back after installing the MongoDB. So this is the complete code, and here we need to put here database. Okay, so say our database name is cats. Okay, and here new URL parser and use unified field technology. That means these are used for fallback person. That means if there is any old version, then the program will not stop, rather it will continue and use the older version of our MongoDB database. Okay, so for this purpose this one is used and this one is the latest one. Okay, so now or this is the connection, and let's check after running. But yes, we will not get any information because we don't have anything here. So let's write here then, and function, of course. So console dot log, and then MongoDB connected, catch error, so this will be not curly braces के लिए है, error connection, and then error. Okay, so let's try and check what we get. Did MongoDB connected or not? Okay, and also we have not created our Node.js server, and this one is for running our Node.js server. App.listen port number, and the port number we have already defined before, right? This is the port number, so our server will run on this. So we should get two messages. First one, If everything is fine and it is connected, then it will show connection connected, or it will show error, or and second one is it will show this, the server is connected and port number this. So now let's try to check. Let's go to cmd and write nodemon. Okay, so we have got two messages, server is running on port number this and MongoDB connected, right? So two things we have successfully done so far. Now the next task will be to connect this, create the schema. Okay, so we are creating in the same file, not we are creating, not writing MongoDB schema in model and routes in different. I'm writing everything in the same file so that it will be easier to understand you guys. Later we can create a separate file and we can call from there. So let's write here schema. So here we const category schema equal to mongoose dot schema. Then so we have two fields, mongoose dot schema category string and category description string. Okay, so successfully we have created this schema. Once you create this schema, then we can check here. Okay, now let's go to this MongoDB. What I will do, just I'm disconnecting and connecting again. So we have not so far created any database. Oh, I forgot one thing, const category, and here will be equal to mongoose dot model, and inside this we will pass here this category schema here, and then our model name is category. Okay, yes, so successfully our category name has been created here. Better let's delete this. And let's keep its name as capital. Okay, alright, so now if you check here, refresh, then I can see that category name has been successfully, and inside this there is category data collection actually. So our database name is cats and our collection name or category collection name is categories. Here is one interesting thing in this, whatever name you put here, MongoDB automatically create the schema, the table name or collection name with plural. For example, we have given here category, then it automatically creates its plural and in small caps. For example, if I just show you, I am writing here double Y's, then what will happen? Now if you check here and refresh, you can see categories automatically is created, right? This one, this was the previous one. Let me show you again. Okay, currently now double Y, I'm saving it, it ran successfully. Now refresh it and you see categories as, that means the plural form is taken, and also here it begins with small letter. So now you understand that where it takes the table name. right. Now if we refresh, then we can say this is the original one what we are going to use. Drop it, and finally we have this one. Now the next step will be to create here routes here, but before that we will send the data in JSON format. That is why we need to write here the code. Here we will write app.use, and inside this body parser, we need to include this dot JSON. So far we have not installed this body parser, so we will get error. Yeah, so we need to call this body parser. So let's go on the top, and here const body parser equals to require body and then parser. Now let's see what does it say. Yeah, so now this one is fine. Now let's create the routes here. So for the time being, what we will do, let's go here and then click on this and add manually some data in collection. Click on this one, and then right here category name, then chocolate. Category description will be nice chocolate. Right, so we have added this. Let's add one more. Insert this. Right, now we will write our API for, we will write here app dot get, and then we have to define here the route. So we will write here API slash categories, then comma async, and then request response, request and then response, and here will be, this will be arrow function, and here try, and then dot catch. So inside try we will write const categories await category dot find. So it is more of like select star from category table. So that means what, whatever we have in category, this is model name, remember this is our model name. Okay, which model name? Actually this will be here. Okay, before actually here. So this is our model name, same model name we are using here to find. And now this catch is actually a function. Okay, so error here, and this will be not dot here, a simple catch. This try is ended here, catch, and then this function, and here will be error response dot status 500 and JSON error, and whatever error message will be here. Okay, so now our server might be running perfectly. Yes, now let's go to the browser here, and then localhost and 5000. This is our port number, and API, this one, API, and then categories / categories. So guys, as you can see perfectly, our data is getting fetched from MongoDB database. Now the next step will be to create for inserting the data. So let's come back here and then just copy this and then paste here below, and this time it will be post and API add category, API add category. Everything will fine. In the rest, this try section, the message will be different. So rather here will be categories await category dot, and here will be new category, and then request dot body, and for saving the category we will write here one more thing, request dot body. This will be working from here. We have written here, you can see body parser. So this middleware, this is called middleware. Okay, this middleware is helpful in sending the data in JSON format to our server. So we are fetching the data from request.body. Okay, and now this await category, finally here it is saved, and then there will be response. So simply now we will paste here. That's it. Now guys, let's open Postman to test our API. In case you have not installed Postman, then it's free. You can download and install into your computer. It is from Google. So let's write here now this one, API, and then API add category, and here will be post, and our port number is 5000, and go to body and then JSON. So this is category name and this is category description. So you need to write the data in JSON format, right? So this key value. So you will have to write like this, and finally click on send. Okay, so there is something wrong. Okay, why it was not saved? Because our schema name is category name, category description, and we are passing small. So that may be the reason. Category and C capital. Okay, now let's try, and yes, successfully it is inserted. Now if you refresh, then you can see these are the blank one. So now let's work on delete. Okay, so just copy this one, and then so here will be delete, and then categories / common ID. So we need to make modification here. This is not required actually. So categories dot find and delete, and then request dot params dot id. So what you will do, it will find the ID, whatever ID we will pass, and it will finally delete. And yes, of course, this will be C capital categories not category, is actually category, because our model name is category, right? So it will be category, our model name. Find and delete, and then here, so we can name it as del category, like this. So simply we can write here, if del category, that means if it's not deleted, there is something problem. In that case, category not found it will show, or else it will return the rest of the categories after deleting. And if there is any error, server error, then it will show this error. So this is the API for deleting the data. Now let's go here and select here del, that means delete, and what is your API name? API categories, and then we need to pass the ID. Now this is our ID. Okay, so API, then here categories slash this, and we don't require this one, so that should be enough. Send, and then it returns this one, API categories, and then this. So now let's check the browser and see how many are remaining. So we had copied this one, let's refresh it. Yes, that one is deleted. Now let's delete this one also. Go here, paste, send, and it should be deleted. Refresh. Yes. So guys, as you can see perfectly, our delete function is also working. So far we have successfully created add category, view category, and then now what we will do, what if we want only single one? So rather let's copy this one for getting single category. Okay, so here will be category, and then slash ID. What is happening here? If you see, it is displaying all. What I want only one, any one of these. So how that will work? It should be category, and then if we pass this ID, then it should work. Currently we don't have any routing for this, so it will not work. Still it is showing 2. So now let's write the code for this, and here we need to make modification category dot find by ID, and then request dot params dot ID. That means what? This ID will be matched with this, and it will display. So we can name it as category because it is single. So simply refresh it. Now let's go to the browser and check here. So guys, as you can see, it is displaying only one. Now if I want to display the bath soap one, then category slash 10. So now this is displaying this one. Apart from that, you can also check from here also. So simply we need to put here get. So you can see the data is displaying the same thing here. So when you might be wondering when you should use Postman. Postman is normally used for posting the data, particularly updating the data. But if you want to fetch the data, then browser is enough for testing. And now we will update. So for updating, we will just copy this and then paste here, and here once again it will be put for updating. Put, okay, and everything will be same. API category ID. So let's put it update category. It will be more meaningful. And then find by ID and update. So this is the function request.params. That's it for updating. but we need to write here this as well. Request dot body and then new true. That means we are telling that okay, update will be fine. So based on this ID, getting error here, we need to wrap this into curly braces. Okay, so now let's go to here and check and change here to put and shops and here clothes shop. We will update this based on this ID. Okay, and update category na? Update category, send yes. So it says both clothes shop. So now we can check this in browser also. Let's go here and then now you can see successfully updated. So all the functionalities we have done successfully. This for updating and this one is for. So what happens here, first it finds the ID that which record you want to update, and then based on the ID it takes the parameter from here and finally get updated and return the data here. So now guys, this is the time to work on front end, that means React part. So now in this section, in the further section, we will be working on the React part. So first we will start from installation. So guys, now welcome back, and in this section we will work on front part, that means React part. So we have completed the server, and now in this section we will be working on client side. So let's, and here we will be installing our React.js project. So these are the things which we are going to install here. npm install React router DOM, because we will be using router React scripts and then React router DOM. I think one time is sufficient, React router DOM and XUs. So but before that we need to create the project. So npx, one by one we will install, let's forget about that. Npx create React app and we will name it as categories. So better name it as e-commerce. Okay, so it's installing the boilerplate. So as you can see, React DOM and React scripts, all these things are getting installed itself. So we need to install only React router DOM. Okay, so as you can see, it is successfully installed. Now cd e-commerce and then npm start. In the meantime, let's do one thing. We will open here the folder of this e-commerce. So we'll go to src, then app.js. Inside this file we will make modification. So inside return delete everything, and here we will import. So let's import first React This one is already imported, so we don't need actually. Import, then routes, router from, not express, routes, actually router from React router DOM. We will import two things, routes and route, okay, for routing purpose from React router DOM. So it is possible that we might have got error because we need to install this. Yeah, we are getting this error. So npm install React router DOM, React router DOM. Okay, and then npm start. Apart from that, we need to call here, and yes, currently just listed by empty container. So here we will put something. Yeah, so it's displaying, right? Now we will create few components here inside src new file. Let's components. What happened? You should have created folder, actually delete. Inside src we will create folder components, right? Yes, inside this let's create one file here called add category.js, and another one will be view category.js, and another one will be edit category.js. So 3 files we have. Now we will call this file. So import add category, add category from components, and then add category. And similarly view category and edit category. So we have imported successfully 3 1. Now the time is here to write the routes. So we can write here router, and then close it, and this router we will be closing here. Let's delete this, it's not required. Actually it will be not router, it will be routes here. There is mistake. Routes, and yes, let's put here div, and then here route path equal to blank, that means home page, and then elements view category. Similarly add category, and here this add category, and then another one will be edit category, category. There is some mistake, guys, here. Category. So this edit category, let's copy this and then edit category, and this edit category here, and here we will pass id as parameter inside edit category. So now let's check here. So guys, we have made it modification, and this is the final code. This is the line where we need to make modification, and we need to write here browser router as router, and then routes, and then route. There are 3 points: router, routes, route. So the first one will be router or browser router, and then inside these routes, and then routes. So 3 layers. The first, this is the root layer, the first layer, and this is the second layer, and this is individual. So view category, add category, and edit category. So this is our final routing. Now I will run it again and check. npm start. Okay, so now we are getting this error. So why we are getting this error? Because this is our view component, right? So we need to go to view component, and then here we need to write view category what's happening here? And then export default, then view category. There is one mistake. View category equals to, this is the syntax view category equal to. So now the error should go, and finally here return. Inside this, just let's keep empty tag and whatever. Now let's check. View category not defined. View category line number okay, so we just need to write here const, okay, and then it will work. So guys, now let's copy this and paste into all So edit category, and then add a category. Okay, now we will add the functionality. Okay, so this is our view function, which is the default one, this one. And if we open with the routing, for example, add a category, then this one is showing, and edit category, and then one, then it will show. Okay, so our skeleton is ready. Now we need to, so let's start from add category. So here will be import React use state. So we need React and use state, two things. And then inside this we will write const equals to use state, and then here so will be get category name, and then set category name, and const category description, set category description. So let's make it smaller so that it will be easier to understand. So this use state will be, actually this is the function, no, this is the function, and this one is value. That means this is handler of the function. Through this function we can make changes in this value. Okay, this is the state and this is the function. We will change its value through this function, and inside here we will just paste this code. I will explain line to line rather than writing line to line, because it takes time and video becomes very long, but I'll explain you line to line that how this works. Okay, so set category name, there is spelling mistake here, that's fine. Okay, so this is normal div, h2 tag, this will be title, then label, and here input type text, value, category name. Which one? This value and this value will be same. Okay, and then on change set category. That means what? When we will type something, then its value, it will be set and will be updated to and given to this one. So how this will work, let me show you. The mouse is not working. Okay, let me show you. Suppose I typed here ABC. Okay, I typed here ABC, then that ABC value will be set to here, that means assigned to here. Example, category name equal to ABC. So how this will be updated? This value will be updated through this. Okay, so on change set category, that means when we type something, then it will take its value. Suppose I type ABC, then the ABC value will be set to here. So now the value is ABC. Similarly, category description. Here we have taken input, and then this is category description, the value, and on-chain target of value. So now we will declare here one function for submitting the data. And finally, as you can see, this is submit button. Add category, handle category. We need to create a function here, const handle category equal to, this is shorthand function. Inside this we will write its value and pass to Axios, through Axios to API. And since this is React 17, so we need to write here async, and now we will write here try, and inside try here const response equal to await, then Axios, and then post, and here will be our API URL that we had already created. So we will post here API later, and then we have two fields, category name and category description, right? So in our server we need to check here what are the model field name, model, oh, it's capital. Okay, so we need to pass here capital name, not small. Okay, so similarly we need to put here category description, simple, it's C capital, and same here category name and category description. Because it will match with our MongoDB database. And finally what we need to do here, and yes, we need to pass here the parameter, say on add category, or whatever name you want to provide here you can give. And here this function, inside this function we will pass response, this response dot data. Okay, and this is try. After try here will be catch. So this is the whole syntax, catch console.log error adding category, that's it. So guys, this is our add category code. This is complete code of add category. Okay, now let's try to check what we get. And yes, this URL we will have to pass, but before that let's go to here and start our server, this one. So what we will do, cmd not this. To run the Nodejs, we need to run as administrator. Okay, because for running server we are going to use Nodejs. Nodejs. Oh, Nodejs. So the server is started, right? Now, so this is the API URL, and then /API, then add category. Add category, right? So where is this? This is inside our server here. This one, not API. This one, API, then add category. Okay. So now we will run and try by adding. So what is the error? Axios is not defined. It is right because so far we have not installed Axios. Okay. So just break this and npm install Axios. Now npm start. So we need to import here Axios. Okay, now let's try to check. Okay, now check. So what we will do now, /add category. So guys, this is very simple form where category name and there is category description. So now let's go here with the network and then category name, say milk, fresh milk. Now we need to check our server if it's added or not. So our server is 5000 and then API and then categories. So yeah, as you can see guys, successfully we have added this and it's displaying in our MongoDB file. But now our next task is to display the data. But before we proceed ahead, let me explain you once again what we did. The first one is use state, right? Here we have called, and this one is function and this one is value set. Through this function we update the value of these variables or constant, whatever you call. And finally what we are doing, we are passing this as an object format, and then this is the actual function which is working here, okay, for adding. And this add category we have passed this as a parameter. And now this handle change category, this is the function here. And so this is the try and catch. And in return section it's very simple, input type text, category name and set category. Through this we are updating there. If you want to check here this one, then write here console.log and then the response.data. Okay, and then not here, on add category, not a function. We will write here CRUD suite CRUD excuse error. Okay, inside this try block we can't write this. Okay, so because of this we are getting error. Do I working fine? Whatever. So CRUD add category, not a function. Yeah, it's adding anyway. Okay, so the data is getting added here, no problem. And now the time is to work on, let's do one thing, create one more file, list categories.js, list categories.js. Okay, so inside this once again will be const list categories, then shorthand function return so here, but before that once again we need to import these things, and apart from that we need to import use effect as well, use effect. Okay, and here we need to write the code const categories set category and then use state. Remember, since the data will come in object format, so that is why we have passed here as a square bracket as an object. Okay, and then here use effect, and this will be the code use effect, then this parenthesis, and then callback function inside this, and xuse get, and then the list of the whole category we will fetch here, then response, and then response category set data. So whatever data will come through this set category, all the data will be stored in categories. This will be the value, and in return section we will display the data, whatever data is returned from this API. So this is very simple code. This is div and div title list category ul categories dot map and then category. This category, what is this? This value we will loop through, and first we will show category ID and then category name and then category description. We have 3 fields, so we will display the data from there. And now finally we need to export here, export default what list category, and finally what we need to do is let's go to app, and rather in the home page we will call here we will call list category. Okay, and here category for showing the single one ID. Okay, so list category, and we need to import here of course the list category, then it will work. List category, and finally let's check. Let's go here and check. We are not getting. Okay, so we are getting here chocolate and other things. We have so many data but only displaying one. There is something wrong, so let's check here the code. Okay, so the mistake is our field name is C capital, right? Not this one, this. That's why we were getting error. Now it should work fine. Yes, so guys, as you can see, these data are displaying here, right? So what we will do now, we will write the code for deleting the data and displaying and editing. Now let's go to the code, and then the next task will be to work here delete view delete. Remember, I am not focusing on design because the main idea is to focus on the coding and edit. So first let's work on this one. So will be link to. So better let's do one thing. Let's create one button, and then delete. Okay, and here on click, then delete category. Inside this category dot underscore ID. So what we will do, we are creating an one function here, and then inside this function we are passing category ID, and now we need to create here one function called delete category. Const delete category here, and then we need to pass here ID, and finally this is the code. Delete category async, this ID will be passed here, and then in try section axios delete method will be used, and of course 5000 or API is here in the API, and then categories, and this ID we will pass there. After deleting, what will happen, it will run a filter. That means what it will do, what is deleted, that will be filtered out, and the final result will be set into the category. Okay, so that it will show only the remaining, not the complete one. Actually here will be one function. Okay, so what is the problem? We forgot to provide here the function, that is why our all data got deleted. As you can see, nothing remained here. So let's do one thing, let's add few data. Okay, now we have still adding. Okay, so we have now two records. Now let's get back to our this file. Okay, now what we will do, oh somehow it's getting all deleted, but wow. Now we will try to delete this one, card one. Okay, so let's check here. As you can see, successfully we deleted the record. So also once again we will try to delete this one also got deleted. So guys, as you can see, it is working perfectly. Now so how this works, let me show you. Button on click, and then this is a function, and then delete category. So id we are passing, this id will match here with this id, and this id will be passed to API, and API will delete the data, and after deleting it will be filtered out. That means whatever is remaining filtering, it will again assign to the category, so it will show the remaining one only. Now the next, so our this delete is working. Now we will work on view section so that we can show the single one. Okay, that means view category. So this time here will be link, L capital, link to, then here will be backtick, and it will be view. So what is here, let's see, view category, name it as view category. And then slash here category id underscore id. Okay, now let's check. But yes, we don't have any record so far, so once again we need to add some record. Because we had deleted so again we have two records. Now let's go to the view section. Okay, so we are getting the error link. So what we will have to do, we need to import link. Just put here, delete everything and put here link. That's it. Refresh and now it should work. Yeah, so now it's working. And view, so somehow it's showing category ID, category dot id. There is some mistake here. List category here, we need to put here $sign. Now it should work. Okay, so here you can see the ID display. When I click here, it will go and the record should display here. Okay, so we need to work on here view category, this one. Okay, so inside view category, first thing we need to const define here the state categories and category in a square bracket here, and then use effect, and of course we need to call here and use state this one also. So let's create one category called fetch category. Const fetch category, and then my keyboard is not working properly, that's why. And here of course will be async. And here will be try, const response, await, and categories. And yes, we need to pass. Do we have API for that? For single? Let's go to server and check. This is for adding, update, and this one is for single category. Okay, so inside list category, not list actually, view category, we need to pass here, what is this, category then ID, right? Category slash here plus ID, and this ID we will be passing here as well. So now we need to call here const. So we will be using here use params then ID, and this ID we will pass here, and same ID we will be sending here. So category here, category then ID, and it will return the data and respond to set. And now we will fetch the data and display here. And yes, one more thing, we need to call this function here inside this, and there will be one square bracket, and finally id. So how this will work? This function means whatever data it will return, it will be calling here. And why, the question is why we are passing this? Because if you don't pass, then id will change into the browser, but it will not actually refresh. Okay, so that is why we are passing this. And one more thing, we need to fetch here, of course, this Axios also. So we are getting the error because it says category, then id is not coming here somehow. So this id show.log, is the id coming here? Yes, so the id is coming here, but why it is not passing here? Let's do one thing directly. Why not call here only? Not required. So now it should work. No, let's keep it here only, because this id is required here only. So the only problem was we don't need to pass the id here. Okay, so everything is fine, just you need to write the id here and you need to pass here, that's it. And now let's write the code for displaying the data. And here we need to make one modification, and that is const. We have to destructure these. Const category name, and then category description equals to categories. That means what? To access the individual element, we need to destructure this, right? And now let's access here category name, and then description here, category name, and then category description. Now let's try and check. So guys, as you can see, it is displaying perfectly. Now let's get back here. If we click on this, then it shows this. If I go back and then click on milk, then it details shows the milk. So this way, based on the ID, it is fetching the data. Now the next task will be edit and then finally upload. So guys, this is the time to work on edit section. Okay, so what we need to do, This is the view and add and delete. Two parts we have already done. Now we will work on this edit section. So what we need to do, just copy this thing and paste here and write here edit. Okay, so here will be edit category, and then category ID and then edit. So let's see now. So when we click on edit, then this page opens. So now let's go to our edit section. So this is our edit part, right? Now we need to write here, and remember the edit part will be mixture of combination of add and view part. So what we need to do, let's just copy this everything from here and paste on edit. Edit category and then edit category. Let's do one thing, we don't need this anymore. So let's start from the top. Category, set category, use state, all these things will be, but here we need the data to display into the field. So what's the error? Okay, we will make changes in this one. So you can see now the text field is displaying here, but the data should come and filled with whatever field we click. For example, milk, then here it should show milk and fresh milk. So for that, what we will do, let's go to view category. Okay, and then here copy from here to the complete section up to try catch, and then inside edit category, this one we will use for update. Okay, so let's go here and then we have categories, set categories, let's comment this and then category name and set category name. This one. Similarly, category description and then set category description, and then we use it. So it is not required simply here, because this is not an array, sorry, not in object format, and here we need to put set category name and then set category description. Set category description. So here will be response dot data dot category name. Category name, and here will be response dot data dot category description. Category description. And one more thing, it says use effect is undefined. So here use effect we need to call. Use params is not defined, so use params also we need to define, which simply we can copy from here. Each axios also defined or not? Yeah, axios is defined. So the error is gone. So finally you can see the data is coming. Now if I click on this this one, then this one is coming, and then if I click on this one is coming. So let's see that how the code works. So let me explain you that how all the things work. These two are same as what we have in add, right? We have declared here to use two states, category name and category description, set category description, and same is in the input field, means whatever we had done in add section, input type text, category name on change, and set category value. So it will take value and update there, and description same, and handle category when we will try to update. So that code we will check later, but so far you can see the data is coming from here. Use params, we are getting the ID from here and we are passing the ID here. Based on the ID, the data is fetching from our server from here, and now one by one we are taking and updating our state, this and this, and the same state is coming here and taking the value. So that's the whole scenario, all the story. Now the thing is that when we click on this handle category, so rather then change it to edit category, handle update category, so it will be more meaningful. Handle update category. Now let's do one thing. Const datas equals to object format, and then rather than this format I will write a simple format, because if you remember in add section we had passed here one parameter, so that is a bit complicated, so we will make it simpler. So datas, then let's copy these two things, and here let's create object. Okay, description, category description. We have created the object, and simply we will pass the object here. So this way we don't have to use this unnecessary function. Okay, in same way you can do this in add component also. It will be easier. If you remember, we were getting error in add category, so we will make modification in that one also. But for the time being, let's proceed with this one. And then rather than this, you can display the message here, successfully added or whatever. So okay, let's keep it for the time being. But here will be update category, and I believe one more thing we need to pass here, and that will be the ID. And ID, because based on the ID we will make update there, and this ID will come from where? This ID, okay, the current ID. So we will pass three things: current ID, category name, category description, where? To our API update category. Or we can do one thing, we can pass here plus ID, this way also, because if you check our server, if you go to the server and click on app.js, so for updating purpose, what we need? Add category, category ID, update category. We need to pass ID also. Okay, so we will get this request.params, then this. Okay, so now let's go to edit category, category name, and this and ID, and we are passing this data as a JSON format. And after updating, we can redirect from here. We will write that code later, but first see whether it is updating or not. So now let's go and check the update. Edit milk raw milk. Okay, now let's check here network, edit. There is something wrong, cannot post API update. We need to pass here /, we have missed here. If you check header, then update category, and there is no slash, so we need to put here / also. Reflect edges, so milky edit 404. Why? Update category, is this update category? Let's check here app.js, update API. Do I have API also? 500 API update 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 category, then ID. Our server is fine, sorry, wrong. 404 not found. Why? And the method is post, right? Yeah, post. No, this time it will be put. For updating, method will be put. But why it is saying that it didn't find anything? edit. Okay, looks like this time it got edited. If you refresh, yeah, this time it says okay, yes. So milky it got. Now if you want to check this, now let's get back to here, and then you can check the data. So you can see milky and fresh milky. So guys, successfully you can see we are displaying the data one by one. We are deleting the data, as well as, for example, fresh CRUD. Triple S I'm putting. Edit. Let's go back and check whether it's got updated or not. So guys, successfully it got updated, you can see. So update is also working, and finally this delete is working. So all add, update, delete is working perfectly. Now the time is to put a menu here on the top, so that we can click add view, as well as we will do some styling, because this is quite boring, right? So what we will do, let's go to app.js, and here we will put one div or nav, whatever you call, nav, and then ul, and now li. So here will be add category, list category. So let's see how does it look like. This is displaying in one line. So what we will do, we will write class. Okay, class name menus. Let's go to app.css and then delete everything. We'll write here menus, and then li. What's happening here? Li float left. Menus li, where is menus? Last name menus li, display inline. Okay, let's do one thing. Our code is nav. So what I will do, nav and then li and float left, display whatever, and then nav first it is ul, right? Ul then li. First nav, then ul, then li. Okay, so now it's coming, as you can see. And then what I will do, padding 15 px, border 1 px, solid and gray. So this is add category and this is view category, and list style none. To remove this dot dot. And here let's keep it in 2div. Div first will be the menu, and the second div will be this box. No, this router, after router there is one div, so before router there is one div, and this div will be here. This one is for main. So basically we have two div, this section separate and this section separate. Okay, so it is looking like this. And what happened? This is not coming in single line. Okay, so display inline, padding 15, border this and that one. So this is the code, and in app.js this is the main div which is ending here, one div for this navigation and second div for this one. Finally it is looking like this. So we will put here navigation. Basically we use bootstrap but let's write here and for navigation what we will do, link to, and then what, add category. And this one will be list category, right? View cat now view. Okay, for list category we can simply put blank like this, add category, then this form will come, list category, here the list will come. So this is the routing, it will work like this. Text decoration none. Okay, so and one more thing, if you remember, in add category there is one problem. After add category we want to send it to this file. Okay, so where is add category? Here we will make a modification here also. This is one of the ways, but if you remember, when we were adding something, say rice, then basmati rice, if you go to console, add, then you can see it is added, but it is displaying error. What we will do, so rather than writing this way, if you remember, in our edit section we have passed like this. So similarly we will pass the data here data. Okay, so it will be easier. Now there is no need of this one. And also once added, then we want to redirect it to the view page. So for that, here we need to call in routing section, so we need to write like this line of code, let navigate, then use navigate. And here we need to call import use navigate from React router DOM, and then this navigate will write return navigate wherever you want to send it, say here. Fine. So let's check. After adding, it should go to okay. Now let's add one, say yes, it redirected to this page, as you can see. And as you can also see, this code is much easier to understand as compared to the previous one. And if you like, you can stylize this one also, but the idea is not here. The main purpose was to show you how the things work, how the whole process work, rather than designing. Okay, in later video I will show you with complete bootstrap that how the whole you can use bootstrap, and with design how you can create CRUD or blog. So in the next video I will show you how to upload image and how to use a login, etc. And after that we will start a project, blog project, MERN project completely. So guys, hope you like this video. So if you have not subscribed my channel yet, then please do subscribe, and also write your queries in comment box. When I'm free, I will try my best to answer you as soon as possible. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.